Alright everyone, and welcome back to the channel, or welcome if you're new here. I'm Christina, aka That Writer, and today we're gathered here for more Friday Night Smackdown goodness. We are officially on the main road to WrestleMania. I know the road to WrestleMania is, Royal Rumble to WrestleMania, but we had Elimination Chamber, in there, right? So now we're on the main road to WrestleMania. We're in the thick of it, y'all. We're in the thick of it. So we're going to see what happens in the aftermath of Elimination Chamber and all that good stuff. We've got a six-man tag team match to look forward to, and we've got Rey versus Karrion Kross. So without further ado, grab your snacks, grab your trays of beverage, get comfy and cozy, and let's watch Friday Night Smackdown together, people. Oh god, we might have this whole situation with Jay and Jimmy implode later on tonight. Oh no. The Usos are going to be going face to face later on tonight. This could get interesting, y'all. Oh boy. So this week is going to be more so focused on the Usos more than anything. So I'm really curious as to what's going to happen. So I don't know, y'all. I don't know. What is this like squeaking, screaming sound that I keep hearing already? Oh boy, this is going to be a long night, y'all. This tag team is like the tag team that just gets randomly thrown together in universe mode. I swear. The universe mode team. But did anybody catch that, like, exclusive from last week with, like, Madcap? And he was like, yeah, the fans distracted me or whatever. Like, how does that scream good guy? How did any of these people scream good guy to me? Because, I mean, Braun and Ricochet, they jumped ahead in the tournament and still lost the whole, like, title match and everything. Wrestling! That's literally the only thing that they have in common, though, is like they've all had run-ins with Imperium at some point, and they all lost to Gunther at some point, so why are we still going back to this? Alrighty, we're starting off with Vinci and Madcap. Hey, Madcap did great, alright? He did a good job last week. And why are the fans cheering him when he told them to just, like, go away last week in that exclusive? We saw that, right? Bundle of energy. I feel like Ricochet would have the most energy out of everybody in this match, but alright. I mean, when Ricochet gets into a groove and he's just, like, flying all over the place, yeah, I think I'd have my vote on Ricochet out of everybody in this match, having the most energy. Oh, God, that clothesline was something else, y'all. Kaiser is just really underrated, I think, because he's good in the ring, and he's always been really good with, like, the little introductions that he had for Gunther, like when they first started going on to SmackDown and stuff. Those were great. See, again, this is Ricochet's energy kicking in. Oh my god, well, that energy just got stopped right there from Kaiser. Yeah, good luck trying to stop Braun Strowman, Mr. Referee. Good luck with that. Well, I mean, hey, it's not like they got inside the ring like Braun did. They were on the outside of the ring. I can't blame them. Well, hey, this week we've got Braun and Ricochet kind of matching pants here, so I mean, that counts for something, right? I mean, at least they're matching as a team. I don't know, I always like the matching gear and stuff like that, or like kind of a theme that the tag teams kind of have with like their gear and everything. I love it. It adds to it for me. Okay, we got Drew. Oh, but hang on. Have we had Drew versus Gunther yet on SmackDown or anything? Give us the match. Alright, here comes Braun just barreling through everybody now. I mean, hey, he understands his assignment every week, so I can't complain about that. Oh, Gunther's in the ring now. Oh boy, here we go again. Okay, so I think I noticed another sort of similarity that kind of bridges Ricochet, Braun, and Madcap. They just kind of run all over the place. But here we go. Imperium wins the big match here. We got Drew standing on top of the ramp right there, so it should be interesting to see what happens there. I'm wondering if it's just going to be Drew versus Gunther, or if they're going to maybe get Sheamus, like, woven in there. Either one, I'm excited for y'all. We're on the road to WrestleMania, y'all. Oh, the freaking Viking Raiders mess. I almost forgot about that feud because I got so excited that Drew and Gunther were going to have a match or something. Where did Strowman come from? Again, this little team that Braun has, like, they just run all over the place. See, there goes Ricochet running and flying over the top rope. See, they have a lot more in common than what we thought, right? But we need to see what happens next, y'all. We need to see what happens next. Hang on. We got Rey Mysterio and Escobar here. If y'all haven't seen the segment online with those two from like a week or two ago, I'll leave it down in the description because it was quite good. God, Dominik needs to get his comeuppance against Rey at some point. We're all salivating for that moment. I don't know, I really like this dynamic, and I hope it gets a little bit more, like, fleshed out and stuff like that, because, I don't know, it's a different story than, what we're kind of getting. Like, there's different elements in there. It's kind of like a cultural thing, I think, because of like the Lucha Libre stuff. I want to know more about all of this, so I gotta see what happens moving ahead. I wonder if they're gonna bring in Kross at some point. I'm wondering if this maybe is gonna line up to maybe like Kross and Dominik against Escobar and Rey, maybe? I could see that potentially happening, but we got Rey and Kross coming up very soon, so we're just gonna have to see what happens there. Alrighty, kids, so we don't know who the heck LA Knight's taking on yet, but it's quite a treat that we're getting an LA Knight match. Not being biased or anything. What? Someone has a yield sign that just says yeah on it in caps. Give our dude a WrestleMania moment, like the name is there. It's marketability. Well, who's gonna have a WrestleMania moment? That's what I'm saying, it's in the branding. Wow, we've really went into universe mode now. Okay, so we have LA Knight and the New Day. Well, it's his first WrestleMania. Like, what are we doing? But do you two have a match? Nobody has a WrestleMania match yet. Speaking of video games, this whole show is really turning into universe mode fast. I like how that was the one thing he pulled out was fake leather. Yeah, the less we talk about how Kofi Mania ended, probably the better. Well, that explains who he's taking on. Alright, I guess we're going to the commercial right as the match starts. Okay! Alright, well, we're right out of the gate here with the match. I mean, to be fair, weren't they fighting, like, right before the commercial? Yeah, I think they were. Earn your way into WrestleMania. Well, how come we just saw over on Monday Night Raw, like, this whole situation with Omos just casually calling out Brock Lesnar? How's that earning your opportunity? Somebody please explain that to me, please! It's like the same thing that we had with the Royal Rumble qualifying match. We just had the one qualifying match. Hey, speaking of hydrated, we got some water over here. I got a huge, like, basically, like, gallon, pretty much water cooler in the fridge now. Please stay hydrated, kids. Wouldn't that be kind of cool if they had a red carpet sort of situation at WrestleMania? I mean, it would make sense to me. Come on, tie it all together. They're already doing the freaking movie trailer parody things. Oh my god, what was that? That was that same scream from earlier on in the episode, like right at the beginning of the show. What was that? Alright, so Kofi went over the top rope on the other side of the ring and went right into the announce table. Beautiful move right there from LA Knight. I think that's the first time we've really talked much about the match, or like said any moves. What in the world was that from Kofi? I'm confused as to what just happened. We got some air right there on Kofi. Did Xavier really just, like, he just kind of, like, jumped on the steel steps and started playing the trumpet at the same time? Was he secretly in marching band? But this was overall a good little match. Not sure if I would have picked Kofi to win this thing. Again, totally not unbiased, right? But here we are. And New Day, you don't have a match either for WrestleMania. Cool it. I mean, hey, there's still a few weeks left in the road to WrestleMania. We're just gonna have to see how things unfold. But overall, I enjoyed the match. Gets a thumbs up for me. Alrighty, so Rhea wasn't coming out right away, and Charlotte was all like, oh, you're too afraid to come out. And now Dominik's out here, being annoying, per usual. Wait, did you just call Charlotte your queen? Wait a second here, I thought Rhea was your queen, Dominik. Come on, pick a lane here. Dominik Mysterio confronting Charlotte Flair is not something I had on the bingo board. What are we going on about accents for? Okay, but also, like, we saw Rhea, like, literally 30 minutes ago. Why is she not out here? We literally saw her with Dom and Rey Mysterio and Escobar. You make it seem like you're the only person that had absentee family members. Some people in the audience might know about that. Some people watching at home might know that. Shut up, Dominik. It's like I gotta tell somebody to shut up every week now. I believe Ric Flair could kick his butt. I really believe it. I do believe that one. I like how we're getting all these little angles with, like, you know, the second, third generational, like, talents and stuff like that in this episode. It's like, we have a lot of family stories kind of going on, but they're, like, different, you know? I kind of like that. Here we go, the confrontation that we've been waiting for, y'all. Yeah, I would totally believe that Dominik's holding Rhea Ripley back. Wait, why did they back up and then go all the way back in front of Charlotte? I'm confused. Well, hey, I quite enjoyed this segment that we got. I did not have Charlotte Flair and Dominik Mysterio on the bingo board, but I'm totally down for it. Now we've got Rhea and Dominik sort of going into WrestleMania together, which that makes sense, right? Because they've been, like, paired up and everything on screen, right? Yeah, I'm excited to watch the match, and I want to see how this whole, like, story is going to look like as we go into WrestleMania. Okay, so Tegan and Natalya are now our team. Okay, at least we're getting some context. So Shayna doesn't even get her own little entrance music and stuff? Why does she have Ronda's stuff? I like how Ronda's at least wearing Shayna's shirt. Because, I mean, they're a team. Makes sense to have something matching. This is like if you go in to create an entrance and you're just playing around with the motions and all the music and stuff. I swear this has turned into the video game episode! Well, I mean, 2K23 is one of the sponsors for WrestleMania. I get that, but sheesh. Alright, here we go. We got Natalya going right for Shayna out of the get-go. Even if Natalya wasn't in the Elimination Chamber match, why would you, like, go into a matchup with Shayna Baszler? Like, you could probably just have a hard time in that match, period, because she just goes in there and, like, destroys people. I mean, the shirt literally says limb by limb. Doesn't that give you any clue as to what might happen to you in a match with Shayna Baszler, right? Right? Oh, sneaky roll up right there. Alright, Natalya's yelling at Ronda now. Oh, okay, well, Shayna just used an armbar on Natalya and Natalya tapped out. I mean, at least that all makes sense. Okay, well, Shayna just went after Tegan right at the end right there. Yeah, I was gonna say, why are you just assuming that Tegan's, like, out of the picture? Like, I don't think she fell down completely. Like, she was still standing up the last time we saw. What? What is Ronda going on about? I love how they literally called them like, wait, who is this? And she's like, oh, that's Tegan Knox. Oh my god. Well, it's like, Ronda, you just asked her who she was. Like, why are we intimidated by somebody that we don't know? I mean, in real life, you'd probably want to be a little on the weary side, but yeah, apparently we're getting Ronda versus Tegan next week, so we're gonna see what happens here. But y'all, we're about to get the Firefly Funhouse next, so oh boy, Uncle Howdy. I like the tablecloth that's on the table. As if, where's the tablecloth gonna go? Oh no, the red light of doom is back. Hang on here, Bray. You're not the only one that's got these red lights on. There we go. We got that Hell in a Cell lighting. That fiend lighting, if you will. What is happening? At least they're giving us little recaps. I appreciate that sense of continuity. Firefly News. A dragon. What is happening on this show? Uncle Howdy's a meteorologist. Oh my god, my state's right there in Kentucky. Oh no. He's really on to me, y'all. Okay, Wheel of Fortune parody, okay. With an extra exclamation mark and also an extra question mark. Emergency broadcast. Oh no. Okay, so we have Uncle Howdy's mess kind of in the doorway there. What in the world is this? If I told you a story, could you keep it a secret? What in the world is happening? I'm confused. Remember when the Firefly Funhouse, we got like character development and we got like actual moving pieces? I'm getting confused more and more each week. That was something else. And I don't think in a good way, more in a confusing what just happened way. Which I feel like that's sort of where we've been for a while now. Alrighty, we've got Rey Mysterio versus Karrion Kross up next, and we still got the Jimmy and Jay confrontation left to go here tonight. Y'all, I'm pooped. I had the day off today. I mean, hey, at least we got a cool entrance with Karrion Kross. Y'all, okay, so I thought Michael Cole was gonna be onto something there for a second on the commentary, like, oh, well, you know, Rey's the ultimate underdog, and, you know, he's had all these challenges, but this is something different, and he was going up against Karrion Kross, and I'm like, they already had a match, and Rey already beat Karrion Kross. I was thinking Michael Cole was going to go into, like, the biggest challenge is the one that he has with his son right now, you know, to kind of tie it all together. I'm not going to lie, I've actually quite enjoyed this little feud that we've had with Rey and Kross. Man, Rey really got set flying there. We haven't seen the cards in a little bit. I know I haven't really been that talkative during this matchup. I am just, especially after that Firefly Funhouse mess, I'm spent. Oh, but there's Scarlett right there. Okay, well, Rey just accidentally dumped Scarlett over the top rope. Wait, oh my god, Dominik just got a hold of Rey! I will say this, Dominik's been really leaning into the material that he has to work with, and we're here for that. He's been really leaning into this whole story. Dominik just keeps pushing Rey at this point. Rey's gonna snap at some point, probably. Rey's getting right up in Dominik's face right here. Alright, well, my recording took a smoke break, apparently, during that ending of the match, but Dominik was telling Rey to hit him, and Rey didn't do that. Even the crowd was like, dude, just, like, smack this dude upside the head. Like, when Rey finally snaps, it might happen, it may not happen. It's gonna be a wonderful moment that we're all gonna remember. Because Dominik's gonna get his comeuppance at some point with Rey. I just really wonder where all this is gonna overlap and how it's gonna, like, be fully fleshed out for WrestleMania. I'm interested. I want to see what happens. Alright, so we have the Jimmy and Jay situation out here. Jimmy's out at the ring, and he's trying to see if Jay is somewhere in the building, and then if he's gonna come out, if he's in the building, or whatever. So, brother and brother. I think it's more than cracks in the bloodline at this point. We've been talking about this for weeks now. There have been lots of fractures. More than just cracks in there, you know, it's completely falling apart, and there goes Sami. Sami showing up just in the hoodie again. from behind. Alright, so we have issues with the tribal chief, and Jimmy can't do this alone. Oh boy. And Roman's showing up next week, so that's exciting. Oh boy. This is true. Jimmy was the first one to really, like, accept Sami and everything. See, we're tying it all back together, y'all. Sami ain't wrong. I've been wondering about this piece, because it seemed like Sami and Jimmy were getting along just fine, and then Royal Rumble happened. Yeah, really, Jimmy. Like, who hurt you? Yeah, but Jay walked out on y'all, so I don't understand this. That's what I have been saying around here. We appreciate you, Sami. Oh, the crowd's pointing at something. It might be Jay. Or somebody. Yep, there's Jay. Oh, boy. Well, I mean, you can't blame Sami for not being able to see him right away, because, like, he was ways away. But now I'm wondering where Jay's gonna come into the picture with this, now that he's, well, in front of Jimmy right here. Wouldn't that be interesting if we got like a Jimmy versus Jay match at some point? I don't know if it's happened yet, but I'd totally be down to see it. Sami has more than struck. Sami's crushing it. Oh, there goes Solo. He's going through the crowd a different way than Jay's at. Okay, that makes sense. I mean, you can't ignore these reactions to like Sami especially, but definitely Jay as well, you know? It's like, I want to know where everybody's gonna, like, line up at WrestleMania, because there's no way that you're not having the Usos on there. Solo, he could be at ringside, or have a match, or be involved in something, right? But it's like, I'm wondering how everybody's gonna fit into WrestleMania. That's what I'm saying. We're left here with more questions, but this is fascinating. We still don't know where Jay entirely lands just yet, but it's interesting to see the story unfold, and I gotta see what happens, because again, I want to see how everyone's piece kind of fits into WrestleMania at some point. We're going to see what happens. I'm interested to see where this arc's going to go, especially, because it's all going to be tied up into Roman and Cody, right? I mean, we've all agreed on this. It's all going to be somehow linked together and woven into one or both of the shows. So who knows what's going to happen, y'all, but this was good. Alright, so this week's final thoughts. There's a lot of thoughts and a lot of what just happened on this episode. In terms of standout matches, I enjoyed the Kofi Kingston LA Knight match. And Kross Rey Mysterio, I was more invested in it for the story. I liked the Rhea and Charlotte stuff. I did not expect Dominik and Charlotte to have an interaction. I thought that was quite interesting. We didn't have that on the bingo board over here. But yeah, I'm really interested right now in the Bloodline stuff, of course. I need to know where it's all gonna go. I'm also interested to see where the Rey Mysterio, Karrion Kross, Dominik Mysterio, Escobar stuff is going. I need to... It's an interesting arc. It's like they both deal with families and stuff like that, but I like the different directions that they're kind of going too. And you've also got that Lucha Libre component in the Rey and Dominik and Santos Escobar arc, which I thought, really helped bring that out a little bit. And they kind of brought in that stuff also to the Rhea and Charlotte feud too, which I thought was really good too. So yeah, we got some good moving pieces. The stuff that didn't really add up, some of these matches, like I get that like Madcap and Braun and Ricochet, they were all like, they all had issues with Imperium, but like, why are they all a team? It's like, is that the only link and them running around fast? I don't know. And also, I didn't understand how we quite got to the New Day and LA Knight stuff. It was like, again, half the show was pulled out of universe mode, I thought. But, I mean, some of it at least added up. The main stories, I think, were at least moving in the right direction, I think. And, we've still got a few weeks out from WrestleMania. We're going to have to see what happens. I know a lot of people on the internet community don't like me saying that, or when people say, we need to wait and see, or whatever. But in some cases, you do. We still got plenty of time before WrestleMania, and of course, with some of these arcs going back and forth on both the shows, we just gotta see how the stories kind of unfold, right? And probably just the most disappointing part of the show was the Firefly Funhouse for me. Y'all, I was excited for Bray Wyatt to return, but y'all, this Firefly Funhouse, it drained me. I was like, what a mess this whole mess has turned into, am I right? But hey, Uncle Howdy's a meteorologist, and he pointed out my state, so do with that information what you will. But either way around, overall, not the greatest episode of Smackdown that we've watched, but we still had some developments, and we're gonna, I like to keep the glass half full around here. That's just my style anyway. So again, thank you all so much for tuning in. Leave a like, leave a comment, make sure to hit the subscribe button, hit the bell button to get notifications around here, and that sort of thing. So on that note, thank you all so much for tuning in, and I will see you all in the next one.